Today has been long as hell, but it is now over, so we can review the final set of countries that had their second rehearsal here inside the International Exhibition Center, honey. Are you ready? Let's do this! The 5 countries in this final group were Poland, Moldova, Iceland, Czech Republic, and Cyprus. Poland, yes, I really like her new dress. She's gone for something that shows a bit more skin. She's a beautiful woman who performed in Vegas, so she knows how to show it off. It is a white wrap bandage dress, so you see shoulder, you see some stomach, and you see a lot of stunning décolletage. She is shaking what her mama gave her. I think this performance is in many ways the same. It's clean, it's crisp. Perhaps the brightness of the blue has been turned down just a bit, so it's not that obvious, but she had said she wanted it slightly darker, and I think that darkness of the blue helps her pop even more. She sounded great. Whenever I hear her sing, I'm just like, wow, she gets it. The song is dark and dramatic, and yet there's a happy vibe, which I love, the freedom. I say well done.
Yeah, the new dress suits her very well. It was hard to think of her becoming more beautiful because she's such a beautiful woman, but yeah, the dress is really nice and it fits with the mood of the song. And I think it was very subtle changes today, like you said, with the darker blue, to make the song that tiny bit darker, and it's nearly subconscious in a way, but it did feel slightly different. I'm not a fan of the song, but the performance is fine, and I think the power of the Polish diaspora will help push this to the final.
The problem is there's so many women in white dresses. I can't remember whether we actually said to begin with that she seemed a bit washed out, like she seemed just lost, kind of. There wasn't any focus on her, but today it felt like the focus really was there on Kasia, which is good. My particular favourite thing about it that they've changed is they now have a much clearer shot of the freedom message at the end of the song. They've really done well at getting the camera right for that, and all the different languages that are on there, so the message that she's trying to get across is much more obvious. Otherwise, vocally, I thought it was very good in the arena and in here. Just a very good improvement on what she had.
Maybe it's because I've been slightly ill, but when I watch it, I think of toilet paper commercials, because not because of the white, but because, I don't know, if you put it on mute, there's a happy vibe to the whiteness and the clouds. Anyways, we move on to Moldova, who kept the party going, and they showed up in their party wear. They wore their signature black tuxedos with the lining that we saw in Chisinau for O Melodii pentru Europa, and then the backing dancers, we thought they were going to go casual wear to the club, like they did in the first rehearsal, but they have their full-on wedding gowns with veils and bouquets. Very fun. The energy was there. They're having a great time. They're not tired, and it makes you happy. I love it.
Yeah, it was even better today just because they had the finishing touches in place. They were dressed up and they were dapper gents going to the club, and then the brides, or I suppose they are brides, and they had their bouquets like they did before, and then there was just the touch at the end where they threw the bouquets into the crowd. Thankfully they took the microphones out first. Yeah, it was fun, it was slick. There was no instance where it looked like they were out of time. They weren't going to fall over like certain Cypriot singers. Yeah, it was a very slick, competent, professional performance.
There was one run through where one of the bride's costume change didn't go right, and she ended up half in a wedding dress, half in a black skirt.
She's gonna be single, y'all.
Yeah, so hopefully that won't happen. I think they had something similar on the first day, so it's maybe a third of their performances they've had this issue, which I'm sure they will work it out and it will be fine, but it's just a slight risk maybe for the to watch out for. Other than that though, I mean, once again, just brilliant. Really, really good. Great energy. In the arena, it looks stunning with Epic Satsky and the violin. They're all just, they pop. The backdrop is incredible. Other than Romania, I think it is probably the best upbeat song that we've seen so far, at least.
And it's so likable.
Yeah.
Like, Romania and Moldova both have likable songs. There's something about the Romanian language that's bringing out the crazy in people. Now look, from women throwing bouquets, we turn to a woman in white who did not catch it. It is Svala from Iceland. Look, the dress reveal has happened, but it was not overwhelming. It was rather underwhelming. She's wearing kind of shiny pleather pants with her signature white platform shoes. They're meant to give her height. She does look taller. She appears to be wearing a bed sheet as a cape. There's a cutout around her chest. There's silver embellishment. There are some gold hoop earrings, which our Portuguese blogger compared to horse hooves, and a big old top-knot ponytail. Now, all of this goes to say she does not believe in Coco Chanel's motto of take something off before you leave the house. I think she follows the motto, put a few more things on. There was a lot going on. However, I like the cape. When it blows, when she moves, it flows. It adds some visual, something interesting visually, because the stage still feels a little empty, but the dress, the gown does help create a sense of something.
Yeah, well, I think she's gone and undone some of the work that she did in the last rehearsal, because we were saying then that she'd softened her image and that she looked more appealing, whereas that top knot makes her look, it's very severe and it makes her look almost angry in a sense.
Gangster.
Yeah, yeah, like she'd give you a knuckle punch with all her rings.
Girl, I'm gonna whip you with my ponytail. Bam!
Yeah, and the dress, and now rather than kind of looking like a sci-fi intergalactic alien warrior kind of woman, she looks more like a druidess or a high priestess.
Yeah.
I don't know, it doesn't work. The song is a nice song, but all I think of when I look at it is Riker or Yuri Putzman, that they're grand songs, but they're coming last.
I mean, when you're in the arena and the first thing you see when you look up at the screen as they're getting ready to perform is just effectively a shot of Svala's boobs at the end of the day, or it's just the one thing your eye is drawn to, because like we're a couple of centimetres away from a nip slip is all I'm going to say. I mean, I don't like. I like the cape or the sheet or whatever it is that she's rocking. That works, but other than that, it has taken away some of the work they had done. She does look she looks angry. She looks like, you know, it's a different kind of anger to Fused Mark's anger, actually. Because Fused Mark, it's like she's a crazy woman about to shout at you, but Svala looks like she is going to come beat you up.
And sacrifice your firstborn male.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know whether there's anything more they can do with it at this point. I love Paper. I really love Paper, but something has happened and it just has kind of just fallen apart like paper.
I like to write on paper. I like to fold paper. I don't like to listen to it, y'all. It's not cute. Now look, I think a nip slip might help in this situation. I do think, however, that there's a great visual now. They have green beams shooting out like a fan almost from behind her.
That's shot better, because I think there was like a little bit of it last time, but not enough, and now they have added.
That's a great moment, and I think if they have more special moments like that, this could slay. The camera work was better. The stage felt less empty. In any case, we move on to Czech Republic. That is Martina Barta, she who has naked people in her music video. This is classy. This is so classy. Every time I see it with the staging, I like it even more. I was always a fan of the song, but then it sort of slipped for me in the middle of the season, but now it is back. I think this could sneak through because it's just such an interesting pairing. Classic-y jazz song with futuristic minimalist staging in gold and purple, unique colors. I just think it's beautiful.
I love it. I think if there's going to be a shock qualifier, this will be the one. It's just so simple but classy, like you said. It's like high-end, feel-good. Well, I wouldn't say fun, but like it is just, it makes you feel warm inside. And the warm stage colours, and Martina's got the stage presence, she's got the vocals, and then the song, I think it's it makes for a nice distraction after Svala and the severity of Svala. That Svala's going to beat you up, whereas Martina's going to invite you in for a cup of tea and a chat or something. Like, I think the Czech Republic, I would be quite confident that they could sneak into the final now.
I do have a slight worry that her gold jumpsuit kind of thing looks a little honey G for a reference.
My God.
Just a little bit, and I think she actually looks quite cool, and she's the kind of girl you want to go drinking with, I think, is what I get from it. Just one thing that I'm just thinking of though, and did they get rid of the shot with the eyes?
I don't remember an eye today.
I don't remember.
I didn't notice.
I think that they might have got rid of it, because all I remember now is the naked people, and I'm sure it came before the naked people ever showed up. Yeah, I think they did get rid of it. I mean, you can check for us at our video footage of Martina Barta's rehearsal, because it will be on there and we will go watch it back, I'm sure. But I'm pretty certain that has gone, which was, again, one of the things we kind of didn't like about it. Because right now, I want this to qualify, and from where I had it in my rankings beforehand, like, I'm genuinely shocked. Czech Republic have done well.
They've done really well. This is a great example of staging, making a song more mainstream. We move on. Oh, final point. She's wearing gold lame. Lame and lame. The difference is just an accent, but she gets it right. This is fabulous. We move on to Cyprus, Hovig, and this was a real grower for me today. I was slightly underwhelmed in the last reaction video, but this, with the new camera angles, you see what they're going for. He's not hopping on one foot. He's hopping on one foot and then someone grabs him, suspending him in motion. That idea of gravity, holding people in place. You see him walking a line now. They put the camera up, so he's on a tightrope, suspended in air, and later he goes into full-on free fall when he lies on the LED and you see clouds and sky kind of swirling. This is visually quite arresting. They've managed to take a song that was kind of mediocre and make it very interesting with these visuals.
His dance skills still leave something to be desired, though. I think at this stage they might be as well off releasing a press release saying that by him being tipsy-turvy that he's displaying the effects of gravity, because I don't know if he can get them in time, because he's had, what, 2 or 3 days now and he's still falling over. But it was a big improvement. The camera work was much better. We had a really good shot of him kind of, he's looking at the camera, then it goes white and he's on the ground in the fetal position and it looks like he's falling through the sky. Yeah, whether it will get through, I don't know, but he has his friends Greece to give him 12 points automatically.
I actually think that he got the dance moves a lot better. I mean, there were some times where he was a little bit off balance still, but he's walking a tightrope. I guess you can be a little bit off balance, I guess. But no, it was so much better. Definitely the best and most improved of the day, I think. He really brought it. Vocally sounded a lot more confident, maybe because he felt a little more confident with his choreography. I don't like the final shot though. There's one moment where, so it's sort of like Hovig is lying on a video and he's sort of lying down and then there's some weird tricks and then it cuts back to the live and Hovig sort of just spins around and fist pumps and it's like a weird, cheesy, inspirational teen. It's like the Breakfast Club, like the end of the Breakfast Club. If you've ever seen that where he fist pumps, it's like that. And
cheap version of Sergei Lazarev.
And it's cheesy. It comes across as a bit cheesy. If they just got rid of that, then that, I think it would almost be a perfect performance if he got the choreography.
I almost think they should just finish with they had the levitating hologram of him or image of him.
Just end with that.
End with that, not the fist pump. As you say, it's a little awkward. It's like, who is this dude? In any case, that is what we think. What do you think, based on the rehearsal videos that you can watch on wiwibloggs.com, who is slaying and who is falling? Let us know here on wiwibloggs.
Make sure to hit subscribe.
And let us know who your favourite from these 5 or any part of the day was in the comment section below.
And we will see you later. Bye!